very empathic person, I was actually on the toxic side of the empathy, being submissive, which was like, oh, I don't need that. I'm humble. I don't need a charge for my time. And so once I started changing that scarcity mindset, I remember we were breaking up, we were having a fight, and instead of being like, oh, my original thing was, oh my God, he's leaving me. How am I going to live? We always think that we're gonna die. Um, and so instead of going into that panic, worry, what am I gonna do without you? Please don't leave me, girl. Trust me, I've been there, pathetic on my knees, crying to a man, and that thinking that that's what they want to hear. They don't want to hear that. Anyways, back to the story. And then so I went back into the room and we're breaking up and he's getting dressed and getting ready and he's gonna leave me and I feel like dabbers in my heart, and not only am I losing love, like I'm have fear that my home, my sense of security, my shelter, my food, was gonna also disappear. And instead of chasing it and saying please don't, I love you and all that, I attracted it. I said, all right, do what you gotta do. And I went into the room and I pretended that I had just received a message saying that I had won $1 million. And I was like, what? I was yelling, hooting, hollering in the room, jumping up and down. And he was like, what the? He was like, what's up? And I was like, yes, yes. Like, it was like the best day ever. That shifted the whole energy. Instead of, he went from getting dressed, I'm going out, to he was like curious. I attracted, he's like, oh, I'm gonna stay home. What's up? What are you doing? So that was an abundance flow that I brought in by shifting my energy from poor me, you're leaving me, victimhood. And this is an example of how not only does our money mindset affect our pocketbooks, but it affects the relationships that we're in, affects the jobs that you're working, affects your overall abundance in all those areas of your life. All right, second one, because the meal is ready. I'm gonna do three. So this is second message for my viewer. Yeah, I also got conscious consumer last week and bountiful nature. So it says conscious consumer. Yes, girl, I'm helping you become a more conscious consumer by the detox. We are no longer purchasing things that we do not need or things that are making us sick and poor. And so we are now becoming more mindful of our mind, body, spirit, and then how we are consuming. You have the power to heal and help the world with your decision to buy only products and services that